What up, guys? It's your boy, Chris from Tuna Eagle Eye. And wow, 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 wow. Just imagine the most stupidest thing you could say as an under pressure manager of any type that is of any type of business that has a responsibility to answer to its shareholders. Just think of one of the most stupid things you could say and then say it in front of a global media conglomerate. A couple of hours later, oh my goodness. I mean, if you thought the pressure was on Arsene Wenger before, exactly what I was worried about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, is exactly what the fuck is happening right now. Arsene Wenger, in all his wisdom, thought, well, these protests are going to happen against me on Saturday. So the best form of defense is attack. And boy, did he attack. For some ungodly reason. That's the only thing I could describe it as. He decided not to put his hand up and say, you know what, it would have been different. For me, he would have won my respect as someone who now has very recently been converted to a Wenger out person. He would have at least won my respect if he had said, you know what, I accept responsibility for everything that has happened in the club. And even if his intention was, I plan to see out my contract, I always see out my contract, but I'm going to put it right that if this is my last year here, so be it. I'm going to make sure that we go out with a bang, that I go out with a bang. Do you know what? I think he would have calmed a lot of fucking people down. Because the thing that the whole point of tomorrow's protest is the fact that there is no change. That we continuously have this conversation every March, April, May, March, April, May. You say the same fucking thing, the same fucking thing, the same fucking thing. And at some point, something has to give. You know? For some ungodly reason, he decided, I know, fuck it. I'm not going to admit that it was my fault. No. Apparently, it's our fault as fans. You see, because we expect too much and we create to quote him, a toxic environment, whatever the fuck that means. Are you talking to Real Madrid fans or are you talking to Arsenal fans? Real Madrid fans, I can understand what the fuck you're saying. You know, if you're second in the league and you're in the semi-final of the Champions League, a lot of the time, that shit ain't good enough. You know? Fine. Can't understand what the fuck you're saying. You know? In Chelsea's case, they fucking sacked the man that won the Champions League. So, again, fine. I can understand what you're saying. But we're in none of them situations. The last thing that you could say is Arsenal fans are gung-ho, Arsenal fans' expectations are unrealistic, that Arsenal fans... Come on, dog. Come on. Come on. For 12 years, you've been telling us the same spiel. To be honest, for 20 years, you've been saying the same spiel. It's just that for 3 of those years, you actually consistently won something, or you built a team that was capable of winning something. There is not an Arsenal fan in the land. I don't care if you're Ty or if you're DT himself. There's not an Arsenal fan in the land that didn't say, oh, you know what, that team is fine, you're good to go in the summer. Not one single Arsenal fan thought, you know what, I think we're all right. We don't need an outfield player. Not one single Arsenal. How can that be Arsenal fans' fault? That you didn't buy the players that we require? How? In what scale of the measure? But apparently that's our fault. And in spite of that shit, and as annoying as that shit was, and as angry as we were, because of such a stupid, short-sighted decision that you thought it'd be a good idea to rely on fucking Olivia Giroud and fucking Theo Walcott, we said, all right, we'll try and go into this optimistically, because ultimately, what fucking choice did we have? What choice did we really have? And we tried to be optimistic. We tried. And you know what? For a while, it was working because we were top of the league. And then on one fateful Boxing Day, that was where I lost all hope. It was when we went to Southampton. Southampton, which, in all honesty, between me and you, I've had a lot of joy in Southampton over the years for various different reasons, which I won't disclose on camera. And but just seeing us go to that game and get absolutely shown up, dismantled, embarrassed, and once and for all shown that we are never going to win the league with Arsene Wenger again. It's never going to happen. Because, as per usual, all our faults showed in that match. If there was one game this season, if someone had to come to me, what game do you think most exposed the faults at Arsenal Football Club? Just rewatch that Southampton versus Arsenal game. Every single fault that you can think of, from our soft middle to our weak defense, to our lack of tactical awareness, to our lack of plan B, to our lack of finishing. Every weakness that we had was exposed in that one game. And that, for me, proved to me that we were never going to win the league. We went into that game top, and by the time we finished that game, we won. So, are you telling me at that point that was our fault? Because I would have said even the most stern of critics, even your Piers Morgans, was enthusiastic going into that game. But apparently that's our fault. Their stubbornness, and I'm a stubborn motherfucker, but this is ridiculous. Even by my fucking mark, this is ridiculous. To blame fans, for me, is the absolute lowest thing that you can do as a football manager. Especially when you have the nerve to charge fans the most expensive tickets in the world. That is you're literally mugging us as fans. I know people use that as a slang expression, but you are literally mugging, stealing money from us to provide us nothing. And I know this is ironic coming from a Nigerian, and I've heard all the 419 jokes you like. Believe me. But this is con man stuff. You are stealing money from fans, promising them the world, and then delivering them fucking nothing. What the fuck is the difference between what Arsenal Football Club does and what a con man does? What's the difference? Absolutely nothing. What the fuck has changed between now and 10 years ago? Really? A couple of FA Cups. What's changed? Fuck all. And when we went into the Emirates, we were sold the dream by Ivan the Weak, as I call him. We were sold the dream of how we'll compete with our Real Madrids, with our PSGs. Have you noticed The dialogue on that narrative has changed. That narrative has changed a little bit because now it's gone from, oh, we'll compete with those teams to, oh, well, now you know, those teams are not able to bully us like they once used to. Hold up, brother. That's completely different to what you originally sold us the dream for. You said we'd be able to compete with those teams. Now you're saying, oh, well, you know, now they can't bully us for our players like they used to. What? I'm telling you, they're a bunch of fucking con men. All of them, from Wenger to Ivan to Chip Cheswick to Stan Kroenke at the fucking head of it all. Every one of these motherfuckers need to bounce. And I put Wenger in that because for me, I knew this would fucking happen. In 2013, I was willing for him to 14, was it 14? I was willing for him to just go. Take the damn trophy and go. Because I knew what the fuck would happen. I knew that, you know, eventually people would think to this, well, fuck this. You know, eventually people would say, would get tired or get bored of your bullshit. Get bored of the same tactics of never making a substitute before your 75th minute when we're in trouble. The same bullshit tactics. The same misplaced loyalty to people like Ramsey, to people like Mertesacker, to people like Ospina for some weird reason. This ridiculous dislike of Joel Campbell, apart from the fact that he's done absolutely nothing wrong, rewarding people like Theo fucking Walcott 140 grand a week. Theo fucking Walcott 140 grand a week. For me, enough is enough, and especially today. Because today, that was Wenger's way of saying, fuck y'all. So you know what? Fuck y'all, but fuck you right back. I said I would never ever join, but for me, sometimes, and that was out of respect, I would never ever join any protests or anything like that, that I wouldn't bully the man out of the club. But today was a fuck you to me. So you know what? Fuck you right back. I'm joining that damn protest tomorrow. I'm going. I know what time it is. It's at 2:30. I'm going to that damn protest because enough is enough. That is some bullshit. I said it. Either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. Today, you just became our villain. So fuck you, Wenger. I'm out.